It's a question for the rest of the panel. Do you guys agree with what you just said about changing that form of government to the mayoral one?
I do.
You do?
Yes. And I'll explain that when I get in here, but I do.
I'll go next. I don't think it's my decision. I think it's the people's decision. That's a decision. The way the government is right now is the way it's set. And the only way to change that is by the votes of the citizens of Port Huron. I think we would have to explain to them exactly what that change would be, where it's very, very clear, it's communicated so they know exactly what they're getting, and I think we put it to the people and let them decide. But that should be their decision.
So that's not a decision that the council would make?
No.
That wasn't his question. It's how do you feel, right? Or did I misunderstand the question?
Yeah, that's how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I
Do
agree
you
with
agree
you.
with Tim Keller, or that would be better for us?
Truthfully, I honestly don't. I don't know. I've watched a mayoral form of government in Detroit and it hasn't worked. So I can't honestly say that right now I could endorse. I think both of them have pros and cons, and I would have to, as a voter myself, I would have to be more informed and really look into it before I make that decision. I do think it has merit. It's certainly worth looking into. I can't honestly say, knowing what I know of what's happened in the mayoral form of government at this point in the state of Michigan, that it is something I would definitely support, but I wouldn't be opposed to exploring it.
And then how about the commission form?
It's first around.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. Not necessarily because it's not a better method. I would be concerned that we would end up with one mayor who, I think there needs to be some accountability and some control over that kind of power. I'm not sure one person should have the power to just wipe out anybody anytime because they want to.
Okay, so my understanding of what Tim Keller said, I do understand that type of government, there's three types of municipal governments. The one we have, which is our city manager, the mayor, like in the city of Detroit, and then there's the commission. So instead of calling them council members, you're all commissioners, kind of thing. Now you all equally would have the power. What do you think of that form of government?
I did not understand him to say that. I understood him to say
Isn't that what it was?
the mayor would have the ability to, or the people would have the ability to vote out each of the department heads.
Each department.
I didn't understand that to be this commission. The
Well,
council, it's you, the voters, would have the opportunity. And then, yes, that would be the same as the mayor. I would
They
not
would
have a
also
problem with
still
that.
have a commission. There would still also be a council.
But the council is not the one voting in, am I correct? The people vote in
The people
each
vote
position.
directly for those
For
commissioners.
each.
The one I favor is the mayor
Not the
council
council.
form, where you can still, the mayor is still going to appoint, say to the water department, someone who's certified by the state in with waterworks. I mean, you want
Nice.
someone who knows that department and how to do it.
Correct.
But right now what we have currently is an unelected official who does all the hiring and firing, an unelected official who appoints the treasurer, an unelected official who appoints the police chief. And I'm not saying we have a bad police chief, we have a great one right now, but that is an unelected position. The accountability is that much more removed from the person in charge who has the real power and those who are sovereign, and that is the people.
I agree with Tim because, and to use Detroit as an example, then we should have a king for the United States instead of having presidents. We've had good presidents and we've had bad presidents. Detroit's had good mayors and they've had bad mayors. But the advantage to having a mayor election form of government is that you don't have to pay that $250,000 severance package when you fire him. Because you, the voters, will fire him every 4 years or every 2 years, whatever you decide. That mayor has to answer to you, the people. The city manager doesn't answer to anybody except us 7. And as long as he's got 4, he's not going anywhere, or she's not going anywhere. And none of the employees in our charter, we cannot, as a city council member, chastise a single employee, nor can we ask the city manager to hire somebody or we'll be removed from office. It's a misdemeanor. So if you call me and say you want to complain about the police chief, If you want my opinion, I may give you my opinion, but if you want to make a formal complaint, I'll tell you to call Mr. Brown, because if I call, being the lone soldier up here, I'll be in charge probably and voted out. So, but, you know, the way the charter is, the way, if you have a mayor, then the people, what happens to the city manager, the reason the short-term city managers are, and Portland's no different than any other community. The average life of a city manager is 2.5 to 3.5 years. The reason is they come into a community, they come in with great ideas and everything, then they lose touch with the people.
Yeah.
They get sucked into what we call this good old boy system. And I can't tell you the last time Mr. Brown took me out to lunch, but I can tell you probably the last time, well, I can go back and look at his daily weekly report and tell you the last time he went out to lunch with Jerry Keller. Or the last time he went out to lunch with Marsh Campbell, or the last time he met with those people, okay? So, or Randy Meyer, or Vicki Ledsford, or those people from, or Don Fletcher, and so on and so forth, who most don't even live in the city. But that's the problem with the city manager form of government. If you had a mayor, the mayor has to stay in touch with you, the people, or he won't be here, or she won't be here. And there's no severance package either. When they get voted out, they're gone.